There was a Japanese Zen master named Nan-in who lived during the Meiji era. Renowned for his wisdom and serene demeanor, Nan-in was often sought after by those wishing to understand the mysteries of Zen Buddhism. His small, tranquil temple, nestled amidst a forest of tall, whispering pines, became a haven for seekers of knowledge and enlightenment. One day, a university professor arrived at the temple. This professor was a man of considerable learning, having spent years immersed in scholarly pursuits. His mind was a repository of facts, theories, and philosophies, and he had come to Nan-in with a burning curiosity about Zen. Despite his extensive knowledge, there was something elusive about Zen that he could not grasp. Nan-in received the professor with the graciousness and hospitality typical of a Zen master. After exchanging pleasantries, he invited the professor to join him for tea. The two men sat down on tatami mats in a modest room adorned with simple yet elegant decor, a calligraphy scroll hanging on one wall, a vase of fresh flowers on a small wooden table, and a large window that framed a picturesque view of the temple garden. Nan-in began to prepare the tea with meticulous care, embodying the Zen principles of mindfulness and presence in every movement. He heated the water, rinsed the tea bowls, and carefully measured the tea leaves. The professor watched intently, appreciating the master's refined technique, but also feeling a growing impatience. He was eager to dive into the discussion about Zen. Finally, Nan-in poured the tea into the professor's cup. He continued to pour even after the cup was full. The hot tea overflowed, spilling onto the table and dripping onto the tatami mat. The professor watched in bewilderment as the liquid cascaded over the edge of the cup. He could no longer contain himself. "Master Nan-in, the cup is overfull. No more will go in," he exclaimed, his voice a mix of confusion and frustration. Nan-in paused, setting the teapot down gently. He looked at the professor with a calm, penetrating gaze and said, "Like this cup, you too are full of your own thoughts, opinions, and speculations. How can I teach you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" The professor sat in stunned silence, the profound truth of Nan-in's words sinking in. He realized that his mind, cluttered with preconceptions and intellectual arrogance, had left no room for new insights. In that moment, he understood that to truly learn, he needed to approach Zen, and perhaps life itself, with an open, receptive mind, free from the burden of his accumulated knowledge. From that day on, the professor returned to Nan-in's temple regularly, each time with a mind more open and a heart more willing to embrace the simplicity and depth of Zen. The classic Zen story illustrates that learning a new skill requires an open mind. Much too often, we tend to believe we know everything, especially when we start getting better at a new skill we just learned. Moreover, many seekers come loaded with their predetermined notions about learning something new, and that makes the simple essence difficult to pierce through. So, empty your cup completely, and new insight will flow through naturally and spontaneously.